All right, everybody, can y'all see me? Everybody see me? Can you see me? You got it pulled up? Okay. Yeah, it's a time lapse. All right, how's everybody doing this evening? I'm gonna be talking a little bit to y'all that are here, that are present. Also, I'm gonna be spending some time with the people on the camera. I'm assuming we're recording this for future reference. My name is Bryce Graham. I'm part of M.A.D.E, which is Mid-American Diversified Entrepreneurs, located here in Wichita, Kansas. We've been operating for about a year now, a little over a year. I'm getting directions from our director and our president, Mr. Quentin McIntosh. Also present is Mr. Cryptocurrency Guy himself, and also Mr. Marcus Piles, who formulate the other aspects of the other parts of the body. Appreciate everybody who can make it. What we're going to be talking about in detail, great detail today, is cryptocurrency, what's going on with cryptocurrency. I think everybody here is familiar with Bitcoin, which has really blown up astronomically over the last year. When I first heard about Bitcoin, it was from Mr. Cryptocurrency Guy here. He came into my barbershop, which he's a regular client of mine. I've been knowing him for some years, and he told me about the awesome opportunity to be able to capitalize on, which is cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin. He told me a little bit about it. He often goes over my head with a lot of it because he's so in depth and he understands the ins and outs for the most part. But what I understood is what we want everybody to understand today, which is the basics. Okay, cryptocurrency is not all that we do. It's not all that we talk about, but it is something that's a very pressing issue right now. Trying to get as many people involved as possible, especially people that are in our communities, because this is a critical pendulum that can swing us in a positive direction as far as being able to capitalize on the investment side of it and building businesses around it, and being able to accumulate some wealth and possibly generate some generational wealth using this as a tool. So I have a few slides here I'm going to share with you guys just to kind of get you in the mindset of what M.A.D.E is all about, what the purpose of the meeting is, the monthly meeting. We have it every month, first Sunday of the month, at 6 o'clock p.m. at 1156 North Oliver Avenue here in Wichita, Kansas. We discuss real estate, we discuss business opportunities, we discuss cryptocurrency. So this is a little bit about M.A.D.E. M.A.D.E is an investment club. It is a community-based investment club focused on educating and equipping everyday people with the knowledge and support to start and develop thriving businesses. So we have people who attend the meeting who are not involved in business yet, just getting started, thinking about getting started, tired of their job. And we also have people who are well established in their careers, well established in their businesses, that are just looking to go to the next level or get a little tidbit of information that will help them out along the way. These are some of the businesses that we're involved in. We have a telecommunication business, Shock Wireless. We sell COTS, a variety of wireless plans from different carriers, different things of that nature. We're involved in cryptocurrency, All City Bitcoin, and also Wichita Bitcoin. And now we're pretty excited about a new opportunity that has presented itself. We spoke a little bit about it, and we'll touch on that a little later on. Fashion and beauty, it's a clothing store, travel, business development, community growth and education, food and beverage. So there is no shortage of ideas, concepts, businesses that are available to individuals who are wanting to get involved, who may be looking to make some additional income, may be looking for the freedom of being involved in being a business owner, as opposed to feeling trapped inside the corporate plantation or corporate prison. So that's a little bit about what we do. You can go to www.316maid.com to get more information on the businesses we're involved in. Some of our partners and clients here: Shock Shop Barbershop, Down to Earth Youth Development, which is a youth mentorship program. It's a 501c3 nonprofit geared towards giving the youth everything that we wish we would have had at their age. At Your Door Laundry is a partner of ours. They're present, Mr. Osi and Jerica Beecham. They have some pretty exciting things in the works here with WSU, and so we even discussed some things on yesterday, Saturday. Yeah, he's also a client of mine. I've been blessed with some great clients, y'all. The Joshua Project, Woody's Janitorial Service. All right, so here's some this is actually your segment. I don't want to touch on that yet. Are my pictures on there?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So Bitcoin. So what is Bitcoin? For those of you who don't know what Bitcoin is, this is a great way to kind of break it down to a simpleton like myself. Clint, he goes all the way there with it. I try to keep it at a basic understanding level. So Bitcoin, described here as the world's largest bank with no actual cash. So you say, okay, so how does that work? Same way that Uber does. Okay, the world's largest taxi company that owns no vehicles. Facebook, the world's most popular media owner that creates no content. Alibaba, the most valuable retailer that has no inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider that owns no real estate. That's a simple way of understanding. It's a peer-to-peer currency. I'm not going to go too much in detail as far as the makings of Bitcoin. Clint is going to touch on that here in a little bit. I'm more the mindset guy. So this is the real Boyce Watkins Instagram right here. I don't know if any of you guys follow Boyce Watkins or not, but he is a pioneer in the financial literacy aspect of what's going on right now in our current economy. He's really big on creating generational wealth, especially empowering communities of color and disadvantaged and disenfranchised people. So he posted this on there the other day. He said he just spoke to a 25-year-old millionaire who made his money with Bitcoin. There's wealth out there if you go for it. So that's just to help people understand kind of the magnitude of what's happened, what's transpired from the inception of Bitcoin. It's already created multiple millionaires for the early investors, but it's also, people say it's too late. I remember when I got in, when Clint came to the shop, it was at $550 per coin. And when I started to tell my clients about it, hey man, it's at $550. It started off, the first transaction was 2 slices of pizza. And now it's at $550 per coin, and this is over this period of time. And I was excited about it, but a lot of my clients were, oh man, it's $550, it's too late to get in. It's already at $550, it's too late. Shortly after that, jumped to 2,000, jumped to 3,000. Can you go back to that last picture? Jumped to 4,000. I made a Facebook live post not too long ago talking about cryptocurrency, and we were excited because I think it went to like 3,000 at the time. So from $550 to now right around $1,100 per coin. $11,000. I apologize. I think I put that wrong on the post too. $11,000 per coin in a year. So just imagine if my clients that I was speaking with at the time where it was $550, even if they didn't have $550, even if they would have just invested $100, the return they would have got on their investment. I actually didn't invest any of my own money. I kind of put Clint in a chokehold / reverse chicken wing to get him to start paying me in Bitcoin every time he came in to get a service. And since then, my account has grown into the 5-figure range just from simply exchanging a haircut service for Bitcoin. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the benefits of accepting cryptocurrencies in your businesses here in a little bit as well. You can go to the next one. Everybody knows this little man. Everybody's seen this little right here. You can't get fired if you own the company. We definitely believe in ownership for a lot of reasons, but one of those reasons being this is something that you don't have to worry about. I mean, Steve Jobs had his, he had his little incident. If you study Steve Jobs or you kind of follow his career, you kind of know how that happened. But for the most part, hypothetically speaking, if you own the company, you're not enslaved to the company that you're working for now, that a lot of people are working for right now. A lot of people go to work every day and they feel trapped. They feel like they can't leave the job because they need the income to pay the bills, so on and so forth. So even if, let's say you don't have a business interest at this time, that you actually want to be hands-on and build from the ground up, let's say that you got started investing in cryptocurrency, and we're not talking when you're 60 and 65 like a lot of people will talk about mutual funds and things of that nature. Hey, when you're 65, you have this much in your account. We're talking over the next 2 to 3 years, what is possible for you to earn in order to be able to. You might just want to buy a franchise, buy a Subway or something like that runs itself essentially, and just reap the benefits of the residual income. That's kind of the thought process behind that. You go to the next one. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says wealthy people invest first and spend what's left. Broke people spend first and invest what's left. So I'm going to touch on accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment, accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment. Some people, they may think, okay, if I accept that, I can't spend it everywhere. Right now I can't pay my bills with this or whatnot, even though there is some options for people to pay their utilities and things of that nature with cryptocurrency. They think short-sighted, so to speak. But the thing is, I'd much rather go to 100% accept. I wish all of my customers, all of my clients pay me in Bitcoin, because the US dollar is not doing anything but steadily declining, having less and less buying power, and Bitcoin is a $20 haircut. And you know, if I just put that money in Bitcoin, a year later, you know, you're talking about having $200, even $2,000 from that $20 investment in Bitcoin. You go to the next one. All right, so I'm gonna pass. This is Clint's slide right here. This is your slide. You and Marcus. You and Clint. Okay. We're gonna get the right people in front of you. Like I said, my job is just to kind of facilitate and help get everybody introduced. So we're gonna bring up two of the most sharp guys that I've ever known, that I've met, Mr. Cryptocurrency Guy and President Quentin McIntosh, and they're gonna break down some things to you. If you have a Facebook, search Mr. Cryptocurrency and then last name Guy. That'll pull up Mr. Cryptocurrency's page. And Quentin, it's spelled like Quantin, Quantin, McIntosh, and these guys can get majority of your questions answered. Also, feel free to leave comments in the comment section. We'll get with you guys as soon as possible to get your questions answered. Also, feel free to stop by to our next meeting, which again is the first Sunday of every month at 6 p.m. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up the serial entrepreneur and Mr. Cryptocurrency himself.
Just kind of, both touch it, but just kind of piggybacking off of what Bryce was saying, make sure if you haven't already done so that you go to our Facebook page and like it. You type in M.A.D.E, Mid-American Diversified Entrepreneurs, as well as we also have a new cryptocurrency platform and exchange and token that we're starting, NoLo Crypto. So type that into your Facebook search bar. Make sure and like our page. That way you can stay tuned with any events that we're going to be having on a monthly basis, as well as we put pretty regular. We've been doing tutorials on cryptocurrency, what cryptocurrency is, how to get started with cryptocurrency, understanding how it's formed with the Satoshi. So we're going to keep those videos coming. The next series of videos, we're going to start breaking down the top 25 coins and what they are, what the project is behind them, why they even exist, where we think they're going to go in the marketplace. And so we're going to break down each individual token and explain what they are. So to start off, we're just going to kind of explain what cryptocurrency is. I'll kind of let Clint talk a little bit about it. We'll just kind of go back and forth and kind of discuss exactly what cryptocurrency is.
Okay, I have people that sit down with me, they ask, okay, what exactly is cryptocurrency? What is Bitcoin? And simply put, it's a decentralized currency. It isn't controlled by any one single entity, not a bank. It isn't issued by a government. It is a computer protocol that runs itself. So basically anybody can be a participant. Anybody can be a participant in this cryptocurrency space just simply by buying the coins. And what facilitates the transaction is people that mine the coins or run this program on the background in their computer. It's one of the benefits of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is that they appreciate in value over time. Like the US dollar, for example, you got inflation. Basically, you're losing 2% of your money every year. And over the course of 5-10 years, that adds up to be a lot. With Bitcoin appreciating in value, at the beginning of this year, it was $1,000 per coin. I checked it this morning. It's $11,000 per coin. So you're talking about 1,000% increase in in less than 12 months. I mean, what's better than that?
That's awesome.
A dollar or Bitcoin.
Let's back up just a little bit. I know a lot of people that's here, a lot of people that's online, they're just getting started on Bitcoin. And so what I want to do is be able to break it down so everybody understands in detail exactly everything that's going on. So let's break down exactly what Bitcoin mining is, how it's worked, how are Bitcoin, how do they come into creation, what is the supply amount that's with Bitcoin. So let's just talk briefly a little bit about the Bitcoin mining and how that works.
Okay, well, what Bitcoin is mining is how the coins come into existence. There is a limited amount of Bitcoins. There will be only 21 million Bitcoins that comes into existence, and that's one of the reasons why the price has been increasing, because there's a limited amount, and just from the law of supply and demand, the price of it goes up. Now, what mining is basically they run this algorithm on their computer, which basically breaks down the transactions in what you call a blockchain. And that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin has been so successful, because it's so secure. And what the blockchain is basically you have a block of information. All of those transactions are stuffed into a block, which is linked to the previous block, and they are encrypted. And once they are encrypted, the only way that these transactions can be processed is by hashing them out on a computer. And there's thousands of computers around the world. And so in order for you to actually hack the system, you have to hack literally 1 million computers around the world. And that's essentially what Bitcoin mining is. It's basically processing the transactions which release the Bitcoins out to the public.
And, you know, I like to think of Bitcoin as digital gold. And that's kind of the same way I think of mining. If you think about a gold miner, how do you find gold? You dig it up, you search for it. And essentially, Bitcoin mining is the route that they take to discover new Bitcoins and bring it into the market, similar to what a gold would be. And that's where the mining comes from, and that's how new Bitcoins are brought to the market. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Bitcoin wallet. Essentially, the Bitcoin wallet or cryptocurrency wallet, that's where you store your money, similar to your wallet in your back pocket. If you have dollars, you put it in your wallet. Your digital wallet is where you would store any cryptocurrency you have. It basically consists of two different parts. You have what's called a public address, and then you have what's considered a private key. Your public address is what you would share with someone else. So Bitcoin, what it does, or cryptocurrency, what it does, it allows you to send any amount of money to anyone in the world without any other party being privy to that transaction. So if I wanted Clint to send me $100, I would simply give him my public address, and then he would take that public address and he could directly send me money. The private key, you don't want anyone to have that. That would be the essential of setting your wallet down on a bus station and walking away. Anybody that got your private key has access to those funds. And so for some reason, if you lose your device, your mobile phone that you have your wallet on, or the computer that you're storing your funds on, and some online wallets may let you have access to your private key as well. If you lose that information, the private key is how you would recover those funds. So if you lose the private key, that's how you spend the money, that's how you recover the money. That's the most important part of the wallet. And there's several different types of wallets. I'll let Clint kind of explain some of the different wallets that are available and that's out there.
Yeah, dealing with digital currency wallets, you got a number of different wallets. You got your cloud storage wallets, which basically means you're going to store your Bitcoins in the cloud. So you're trusting a third-party company to hold and secure your Bitcoins. The other type of storage you can actually do is store the Bitcoins on your hard drive or even on your cell phone. With this way, you're not trusting a third party with your Bitcoins, you're trusting yourself with your Bitcoins. And the wallet is encrypted, so then again, what Quinn said, you definitely don't want to share your private keys to this wallet. The third way is cold storage. Now, with cold storage, you can save your Bitcoins offline, and this is always the most secure way of storing your Bitcoins. You could either save it on a jump drive, or they got specialty hardware wallets. It's basically like a special jump drive specifically built for cryptocurrencies that you can store your Bitcoins offline and cold storage. And that is the most secure way you can store your Bitcoins. In order for somebody to hack it and steal it, they physically have to take your hardware wallet. And that's a number of ways that you can store your Bitcoin using your digital wallet. Next slide.
So Bitcoin, it was the first cryptocurrency, so obviously they have the first mover advantage. They're right now about 55% of the total cryptocurrency market. Right now the total cryptocurrency market is about $300 billion. There was a recent research paper that said that there's anywhere from 3 to 6 million cryptocurrency wallets. And so they estimated that the average person has 2 cryptocurrency wallets. I have probably 7 or 8 because of the different coins. So who knows how many each person has, but if each person just had 2, that would mean that there's only 3 million active cryptocurrency users. And that's less than 0.03% of the total world population. So imagine if just 1% of everybody out there begin to use cryptocurrency, how this thing is just going to skyrocket from where it's at now. And some of the numbers that I talked about, you can pull that up on coinmarketcap.com. That's a website that everybody wants to take a look at if you're interested in cryptocurrency. What they do on CoinMarketCap, they're going to list all of the cryptocurrencies. The top 100 is a good amount to get to know. What you can go on there and see how many total coins are in circulation. You can see when the coin was issued. There's direct links to the coin's website, so you can go to the website and see what is this coin all about. Is there a specific platform that this coin is attached to? Is there a specific commodity that this coin is attached to? Because different coins represent different things. There's a coin called Tether. It's attached to the US dollar. And what they do is they ping to the US dollar, so for every Tether, there's $1 million in the bank somewhere, and that's supposed to be one of the most secure coins as far as holding its value, to be able to store that value. There's Ethereum. They do a lot of smart contracts. A lot of other tokens use them to create their token within their platform. So there's tons of tokens, and they do a lot of different things. Some are backed, like I said, by different commodities, things of that nature. And so do your research, coinmarketcap.com. It'll be able to give you detailed information about specific coins. It'll show you where you can buy those coins. It'll show you which exchanges have the highest rate of that coin being traded. So check it out, coinmarketcap.com. So we'll let Clint talk a little bit about where Bitcoin came from, who created it. We've talked a little bit about the mining already.
Okay, well, where Bitcoin actually came from, it's very important. We want to know where everything starts at. In 2009, this is right after the financial market collapse, Satoshi Nakamoto published a white paper. And this white paper that he published was a decentralized peer-to-peer currency. It's a way to send money anywhere around the world without going through a bank, a government agency. And it completely took off. The first transaction for Bitcoin was for pizza, a large pizza, and it was something like 15,000 Bitcoins, something like that. And think of that same value now. You know, that first pizza was worth literally hundreds of millions of dollars. And in 2009, the price started at below a penny, and slowly over time, as more exchanges came online and more people started to adopt this and use this as a form of currency, it went from less than a penny, $10, you know, hundreds of dollars, to thousands of dollars. The good thing, the pros of actually using this digital currency is with banks, you know, you got 9 in the morning to 5 o'clock. Once those banks close, you can't send any money around the world. With Bitcoin, you can send it on the weekend, wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's emergency, you can send and receive money. And that's one of the pros of Bitcoin and these digital currency, is it's more efficient. And that's why more people are adopting it. It's more efficient to shop online. More and more people are shopping online. For a matter of fact, Amazon is well on its way to be the first $1 trillion evaluated company. And what's more efficient than shopping online? You got your credit cards, where people been getting hacked, information stolen, even their personal information stolen. Or you got Bitcoin, where you can anonymously purchase items anywhere around the world at any point in time. So that's kind of where the evolution of Bitcoin is going. It's right on track to where the economy as a whole is going. Welcome to the digital age.
And not only that, from a merchant's point of view, credit card transaction can cost anywhere from 2 to 4% per transaction, as well as a lot of those charge an additional fee on top of that percentage. So you could be paying 2.5 cents plus 35 cents per transaction. And then some credit cards have minimum amounts of transactions. So what cryptocurrency does, and there's been some issues going on with the transactional fees, which are still less than credit cards, but what cryptocurrency gives you the opportunity to do is minimize those transactions and make them, you know, almost non-existent, as well as what it does is offer you the ability to do micro funding, where, for instance, let's take the newspaper industry. No one really buys newspapers anymore. And so you have a lot of newspapers who are trying to monetize their website. And so let's say a person wanted to read an article. If Wall Street Journal wanted to charge you 5 cents for that article just to read it, that's not really feasible. But with cryptocurrency, you're able to do micro transactions that are otherwise are not feasible. So it just gives you a lot of flexibility to be able to do transactions that aren't able to be done with traditional forms of payment.
Man, that's the trading volume right there. It's definitely big business. I think it's even more than that. I checked yesterday.
Yeah, it's going up. I think we did this maybe in October. We wrote some of these statistics down, and so a lot of it has been shooting, skyrocketing up over the last several months. And so we talked about coin market cap, and that's a website. Is that link? Are you able to click on that link?
No, I didn't make these hyperlinks.
If you exit out of that, I think we have it pulled up already, maybe. Coin market cap.
Yep, right there. Go back. Yep.
Okay, so here's coin market cap. You may have trouble viewing it if you're on our Facebook Live, but you can pull it up in your browser and take a look at it at any time. But what they'll do is they'll have them ranked based on the market cap of each one. Obviously, Bitcoin's number one. You can see in the upper right-hand corner, the BTC dominance is about 55% of the total volume, and then they'll rank them based on their market cap. And then you can click on each one. Click on Ethereum for me. And so once you click on that page, it'll pull up some basics. It'll pull up the price. It'll pull up the charts that'll allow you to see what it's been doing. You can click on what it's done in the last 1 day, 7 days, 1 month, and it'll show you that.
Click on the 1 year for me.
And so you can see, you know, the beginning of January of this year, you know, essentially the price was, what is that, $7.88, and then today it's up to $488. And so, you know, there's nothing that's so asymmetrical as far as investment that gives you the upside that cryptocurrency does, and not the downside. But you can also, if you click on markets there, it'll show you some of the leading markets